Dear friend, what do Trump, the Ramones, and fecal transplants or poop transplants have in common? I will explain this to you. I will explain this to you in a way you never thought about, and I'm giving you yet again the reality point of view. I am a political realist. I can't say this enough. I can't put it into words enough. I am a realist. And as such, my position is only on tell me the truth. If the truth doesn't matter, if there's some kind of I don't know, if there's some form of, I guess for lack of a better word, some reality downside, just tell me. Tell me the truth. Just tell me the truth. So get ready. I'm going to make the connection for you. But first, let me say right now, dear friends, I wish you would like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Please hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new video. And I want you also to pay attention to our dear friends, our sponsor at My Patriot Supply. Specifically, preparewithlionel.com. Make a note of this. I've made a link for you, preparewithlionel.com. And it's a very simple thing. Let me just put it to you this way. No matter what you think, you are not prepared for a food emergency, a dire food emergency. You are not ready for it. You are not able to handle it. You might think you do. A week would be pushing it. Very few people are able to who have enough food stored in terms of emergency use. Not just stuff they have available, like, oh, here's some potato chips, here's some macaroni. No, I'm talking about meal plans, 2,000 calories a day for 90 days per person. Nobody has this unless you go to preparewithlionel.com. Go right now and get $200 off of a 3-month emergency food kit. Listen, let me just say it to you as is. I don't have to explain to you all of the problems we've seen. We've seen more fires and brush fires and floods and tornadoes than we've ever seen. And your government will treat you the same way it did Lahaina, and the same way it's doing in the Washington State fires, and the same way it's doing in East Palestine. Forget it. It's just not there. Nobody's coming. There's no cavalry coming. That's all. You're smart. You're wise. You know what's going on. 25-year shelf life. Preparewithlionel.com. Just go and look and see. Go and look and see what I'm talking about. You will be absolutely proof positive, guaranteed that you need this immediately. Okay? Now let me explain something to you. Donald Trump is like the poop transplant. What does that mean? For 2,000 years, the Chinese came up with this notion of actual fecal transplants. People with C. diff in particular, people who have had very, very, very serious, life-threatening the gut biota, microbiota, distressed and disturbed, are able to take the actual ground up, please, I hope you're able to handle this, but the ground up and processed feces and poop of a person with a regular good gut bacteria and transplant it via colonoscopy, or sometimes crapsules, as they're called, into the person who has C. diff and was on the verge of death, and miraculously, the gut biota or the gut microbiota are all back to normal and everything is fine. And not only that, it's been used in cases of mental illness, bipolarity. They want to look at it in terms of Parkinson's and even alcoholism. Now, why do I say that? What does this have to do with Trump? What the hell does a poop transplant have to do with Trump? Let me explain. When somebody came up with this initially, they said, this is crazy. This is nuts. This isn't going to work. It does work. It does work. That's Trump. You may say to yourself, this guy's tweets, he has a weird disposition. It works. It's Trump. Yeah, but his disposition, it works. It's Trump. Do you understand what I'm saying? It works. It's a shot. It seems to basically counter all that is rational. It seems to counter any thoughts of, really, Trump? Yes. My goal is very simple, politically, to destroy this woke, radical left, whatever this group of people are. absolutely positively, to destroy them once and for all, to destroy them politically, peacefully, but using the process. And in order to do that, do you think Nikki Haley is going to do that? Do you think Mike Pence or one of these usual suspects is going to be Vivek Ramaswamy? Come on, stop it. Donald Trump has to go in there guns blazing, figuratively, and even waive any kind of, if he wins, waive any kind of inauguration. Just say, I don't want that. I'm going to go right to work. I've had the inauguration. That will just basically says, I'm not here to party. I'm here to get things done. I don't have enough time because I'm going to try to undo what you undid. And I'm going to put this country back on course. But what did the Ramones have to do with anything? I thought the Ramones stunk. I never liked their music. I thought it was stupid, juvenile. However, I recognize their importance in terms of the rock uh, metamorphosis, the rock history, the rock music transmutations and the like. I recognize that, and I got it. I got it completely. But what I also realize, I also recognize, is that sometimes there are people who come along who are absolutely critical in order to make effective changes that will be felt down the road. And while they may have seemed a bit primitive at first, a bit strange, a bit almost antediluvian or regressive, you realize no, they're really that good. They are that good and that great. And that's precisely what we're talking about. And then you have other things as well. Then you have the people of the notion of generals who come along and frankly would have been terrible politicians, presidents. George Patton would have been a horrible. He almost we'd be at war with China if he had the chance. And maybe who knows in retrospect, but I kid, of course. But what he did more than anybody else, and what he did, which was so critical, was that he decided that he was going to do something that nobody else had done. He says, I'm going to be on the offensive. I'm going to be on the offensive. I'm going to be the first person ever to basically move tank formations in an assault position versus defense. Nobody's ever done that. Curtis LeMay did that. Matthew Ridgway has done that. Sherman, U.S. Grant. These people were transformational in terms of what they did. They might not have fit in any other walk of life. They might not have been diplomats. They might not have been good presidents. They might not have been good and rational adults when adult behavior needed to be done. But they are nonetheless critically important and required. Donald Trump is not perfect. I don't even want to talk about perfect. My question is very, very simple. And this is what you've got to ask your friends. Do you want 4 more years of this, whatever this thing is, with Biden? Do you want 4 more years of this? That's all I'm going to tell you. Do you want 4 more years of this lunacy? I don't know how else to say it. I don't know how to put it into words. I don't know how to say it. But we've got no time left. And the first thing Trump's got to do is go in and basically destroy the part of the shadow government by this administrative state, this Washington, this loggerhead, this bureaucratic Bezor, this clogged intestine, this obstruction. And the only person who's able to do this, the only person available to do this, the only person that I'm telling you right now can do it is Donald Trump, period. And you might not like that. You might not want to hear that. You might say, no, I don't know if he has a disposition. He has a disposition. Because let me tell you something. It's not about Biden. It's not about Carmelita Harris. It's not about any of those people. Those are pretend Democrats. The people who are in charge of this government, the real, dare I say, brains behind the shadow government are people who have no interest, no affiliation to any particular party, any particular movement, any particular anything. They are obstructionists. They want to destabilize and destroy this country. And if you want to call it any name you give them, doesn't come close. They're sui generis. They're almost like the C. diff itself. They're this bacteria resistant, rational thinking, law abiding, resistant, and antipathy that has to be brutally excised, brutally ablated, politically, legally, peacefully, by the rules. And this can only be done with Donald Trump. It's that simple. A couple of years ago, when I had these stories and these notions of food preparedness, people were thought of as crazy. Anybody who was into food preparation, you thought this is a nut. This is some kind of a loon. Some guy hiding, waiting for the black helicopter. Nobody's laughing now. Nobody's laughing now. Go to preparewithlionel.com. We're not kidding around. Preparewithlionel.com. Thank you, dear friends, for watching. Have a great and glorious day. Don't ever change. I mean that sincerely. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell. So important for our algorithms. And comment, dear friends, as you see fit. Let me try this one more time.